So Gostowski will send it down the way to Bernard Scott and Quan Cosby. They're very excited about the return game at Cincinnati this year, both kick and punt. This will be Scott taking it from the 2. Oh, wow. He is doubled up at the 18-yard line. That is Kyle Arrington to hit him first. White was down there as well. Tracy White, and here comes Carson Palmer. He had a healthy year last year, relied heavily on that running game, but still passed for over 3,000 yards and 21 touchdowns. Whitworth will protect the blind side. Ocho Cinco one way, Owens the other, and Benson, a 1,200-yard rusher a season ago. They're going to come out here in a shotgun. They also have Jordan Shipley, the rookie out of Texas, on a slot to the left. It's a little spread look here for the Bengals on the first snap of the season, and going for the long ball, and it is almost snatched at midfield. That was Owens who almost reeled it in, and at the last second, the rookie first rounder Devin McCourty got a hand in there and stripped it away.
How about the play? Bottom of your screen, Devin McCourty. This is what you got to get used to. Receivers going backwards and catching the football, but he sticks that right hand out. Oh boy, we heard it from Jonathan Joseph, defensive back for the Bengals. Do not panic when the football is up in the air, long and soft, and McCourty did not.
Boy, how fast do they try to get Owens involved in things in a Cincinnati uniform, and the rookie rose to the occasion. Little play action on 2nd and 10, and there is the catch by Owens. They go to him again. He got separation from McCourty, picks up 14.
Well, I think we understand now why the Bengals wanted the football to start this game. The different look, Carson Palmer, that play took a long time. Vince Wilfork with the hit, but nice route by Terrell Owens to the outside. Sells it to the inside, and then that breakout, that's tough to cover for McCourty, especially from the off position, where you try to mirror the wide receiver as he moves around.
First 2 snaps, Palmer looks for Owens. They connect on the second one. They've got a first down at the 32. And here's Benson's first handle of the year. Gets through a little seam and out to the 38. Patrick Chung brings him down after a run of 6. The New England defense. Well, you see Wilfork already in on one play. There's Warren, who came over from the Raiders as a free agent. Mayo, a captain with Bantakane. Going to see a lot of spikes today as well. Ninkovich in the secondary. We've already called his name a couple of times. Devin McCourty. They love him around here. Rookie out of Rutgers. 2nd and 4. 2 tight ends with Gresham, the rookie, and Reggie Kelly, the veteran, who shifts to the left wing. It's back to Benson. Takes it right to the 40. Set up 3rd and 2. Let's get a little Phil Asafi.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Terrell Owens with the Bengals. Jim, we said it in the opening. They want to get the football down the field. That's what he brings. He's a long strider, deceptive speed, and the Bengals showed right the first 2 snaps of the game that they are going to try to get it down the field to Ocho Cinco and to Owens.
And 3rd and 2. They'll go spread, and they'll bring in Bernard Scott, replacing Benson. Looking left, now middle, and pressure, and Palmer is sacked back at the 35. He is wrapped up by Myron Pryor. Tully Bantakane got in there too.
Well, I know this. When you talk about the Patriots defensive front, obvious passing situations, they feel like they can get to Carson Palmer. It's an aggressive offensive line, but they are not great when they're obvious passing situations.
Boy, Vince Wilfork also bursting up the middle. Had a hand on that. It's Clark Harris snapping it back to Kevin Huber. And that will not be returned. It was Brandon Tate back deep for the Patriots. Opening weekend in New England, and we'll be seeing Brady and the Patriots on the offensive attack for the first time when we come back to Foxborough. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, we welcome you back to the NFL on CBS, and here come the Patriots out of the shotgun after a 36-yard punt. Got 5 receivers. Kevin Falk in the game as well. Slot to the left. Long time running back. Dangerous man in the passing game. Brady, well protected, finds Welker. Wes Welker is back and catching with the very first play for 5. Well, Tom Brady, he was in a car accident on Thursday and walked away without a scrape somehow. Hit broadside. The car was going 40 miles an hour and ran into him, but he's just fine. He was at practice that day. But it was pretty frightening, to say the least, when you see the visuals and you hear Tom talk about the sequence of events just a few blocks from his home. What a loud eruption here for Wes Welker. That catch welcoming him back. And second down is Fred Taylor. And Taylor's got a first down at the 40. Let's set that New England offensive line. It's a little patchwork because Logan Mankins is still out and is not re-signed. And Kazir is out with a back injury. So Connolly at left guard and put Sebastian Vollmer over on the right side. And Welker, 3 straight years of at least 100 catches for over 1,000 yards each year.
While the crowd's giving him that ovation, they know.
On 1st and 10, Brady. Open man. And that's Aaron Hernandez, a rookie tight end inside the 20 and slashing to the right. Hernandez dragged down at the 13-yard line by Jonathan Joseph. Aaron Hernandez drafted in the 4th round out of Florida. They're thrilled about what they have at that tight end position this year, and this is one reason why.
Yeah, he brings speed. Randy Moss down the middle of the field. 2 defenders go with him. Nobody on Hernandez, and it looks different. You're not sure if it's a wide receiver or a tight end. Look at Randy Moss flying down the middle. And when you play this Patriots team, the fear all the defensive backs have is that 60-yard bomb in the air from Tom Brady to Randy Moss. Better pay attention to some of those other guys, too.
Fred Taylor picked up a blitzing Roy Williams to help make that play happen. And here's the handle to Taylor. He is down at the 9. Pickup of 5 for Freddie Taylor. The Cincinnati defense, so tough a year ago. They have back Antoine Odom off of a ruptured Achilles tendon a year ago. Now Luka, second-year player out of USC who makes so many plays, and those corners everybody talks about so much, Joseph and Leon Hall, former first-rounders. Double tight end formation, but they line them up wide to the left, including the other rookie tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Look at this formation, flooding the left side.
It makes them versatile.
2nd and 5, and they got blockers in front. Welker is in for the touchdown. Wes Welker. They lined it up with the blockers in place. Crumpler and Gronkowski. And they got the ball in the hands of Welker, and Cincinnati did not know how to adjust to the moment.
That was a drive that just did a little bit of everything for the Patriots. Look outside. You said it, Jim. 2 tight ends. Look at the blocks. You don't have wide receivers out there who are not used to blocking. You got 2 tight ends, and Wes Welker, who's better at catching those screen passes and darting between people to get that yardage.
What an opening drive for the Patriots. 72 yards they drive it. Gostowski adds the extra points. Wes Welker, any questions about his readiness to return? Touchdown, 7-0 New England. Patriots score on a 9-yard touchdown pass. Brady to Welker. Only 5 plays to cover the 72 yards. Last time the Patriots had a meaningful game here, we're going to strike the preseason games off this stat. They were playing that wild card game against the Ravens, and they were down 24-0 in the first quarter. Here's Adam Jones, Pac-Man Jones, you may know him as, spinning away, and he's at the 20, and that's it. And the Ravens went on to eliminate him after that explosive start. McCourty on the tackle. Palmer and the Bengals down 7 already.
Okay, listen up. You want to know what it takes to have a big built Ford tough event? Well, you got to have these bad boys. Ford F-Series, America's #1 selling trucks, 33 years running. They haul more, they tow more, and do more than other trucks. And now you save more. On F-150, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus another grand toward your trade-in on top of what it's worth. Talk about your payload. Hurry to the Built Ford Tough event before these bad boys are gone.
See them boys? They got DirecTV. Been watching the Eagles game on their phones and laptops since they got here. No respect for their surroundings.
Ma'am?
Be right there, Shug. Here you go, fellas.
Only DirecTV lets you watch your game wherever you go. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
What the hell?
It's best not to think about your nightmares.
It wasn't a nightmare.
If something dead was evil enough, could it come back to life?
Come out, wherever you are.
Whoever, whatever you are, go back to hell where you came from.
My Soul to Take in 3D, rated R.
The Patriots showed the Bengals a lot of stuff in that first drive. Hernandez, Moss, watch them go down the field, and watch the Bengals. Nobody is covering Hernandez. And I think a lot of this has to do with the fact the Patriots' personnel, formations, play selection was so diversified, the Bengals had a hard time dealing with it. And then the touchdown, the quick throw to Wes Welker.
From the 20, toss over to Ocho Cinco, and he's able to weave for 9, so he's got a catch.
You know, Jim, let's go back after that opening drive. You know, so much was done by the Patriots offense. Look at Mike Zimmer. He's got them all together because you said it. The Patriots brought in big tight ends. They spread the field. Tom Brady under center, which we're going to talk about as the game goes on, gives him more opportunities to throw the football down the field. A lot to digest for those Bengal defenders.
1 catch for Ocho Cinco, 1 for Owens. How you distribute the football, that's going to be important for Carson Palmer this year. 2nd and 1. Look, go Benson. He goes outside and he'll lose 1.
Couple things that are evident to my eye. Well, this is a quick assessment here, but just a little bit of watching the Patriots defense and their whole team, Jim. All the young guys that have come on board. What do you see? Speed.
Yeah, I was going to say they're faster.
They're faster. And you know where we should notice it more maybe than anything else? Special teams. Just look how they got down the field on those first couple kicks. Young defensive backs, linebackers. You should see that in your special teams play.
3rd and 2 for the Bengals. Over the head of Daniel Coates. And for the second time, the Patriots stopped them on a 3rd and 2 situation.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the other thing, too, as you watch this, the Patriots are smashing the line of scrimmage. And when they think it's passed, they are just making contact and trying to drive the Bengals offensive linemen backwards. It's working, too.
Brandon Tate dropping back deep. Kevin Huber. First punt sailed 36 yards and out of bounds. Coming off a huge rookie year. To the 26 to Tate. And a flag thrown in at the 32. Hit by Cedric Pierman. 46 yards this one traveled. 6-yard return.
Well, Jim, you came through quite well today. My first question to you, like out of nowhere, you know, I know you get nervous. As soon as I start asking you questions, you go, oh my gosh, what's coming? But
the old pop quiz, man, it didn't take long.
There's a no foul for a illegal block in the back. Timeout.
No question about it. Like Patrick Chung, who's made a couple of plays today, just a second-year DB. Brady and the Patriots, they drove it down the field the first time. Their second handle coming up. From the 30, Brady with the give to Falk. Near a first, on a yard shy. Gronkowski helped create a hole, the rookie tight end.
Yeah, he sure did. It's just so many things they can do. Gronkowski's in there, Hernandez, and look at the block up inside. Kevin Falk when people see Kevin Falk in the backfield, I know what happens to the defense. They think, well, it's got to be a pass, a screen, or they're trying to protect Tom Brady. Nice change up by the Patriots.
2nd and 1. The running backs with the Patriots this year, the same group as a season ago. Maroney, by the way, inactive. Out with a thigh injury. And that's going to be for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 1. Another look at that touchdown to Welker under the Sim spotlight.
Yeah, these are not easy to do. Wes Welker's the inside guy, and the outside, only 2 defenders get out there. And Tom Brady gets it out of his hand fast, but look at those blocks downfield. Usually plays executed like that look that well or look that good, that's college football. You usually can't do that in the pros, but the Patriots one of the few teams that do it every single week, one form or another.
Run it for a 3rd straight play. And that was Sammy Morris. And I believe he got there. And they get the signal. Well, Tom Brady, you mentioned Thursday, a most unusual day that began at 6:30 in the morning on his way to the facility over here, involved in that traffic accident. Thankfully, Tom was okay, and the vehicle that hit him had one passenger who was hurt, but everybody's going to be just fine. But Brady, later that day, signed a new contract. And the Patriots don't make a big public spectacle out of. And here he's going to go long, zips it down the field over the head of Randy Moss. But a new contract for Brady, who said he loves it here, and he's glad to know where he's going to be for a while.
Well, I think if you're a football team, Jim, there's always, you get nervous about big contracts, and even sometimes it's for Tom Brady. But when you look at him, Bob Kraft's the one that has to write those big checks. But when you talk about Tom Brady, I see no decline in him physically at all. And the other thing is, we know he's edgy. He loves to play. He's always going to compete. So it's safe, as safe as can be when you get a contract like that to Tom Brady.
And 2nd down and 10. Back to Taylor. Barely any room there, but he's able to pick up 5. Well, when you talk to Mr. Kraft about that deal, and again, they don't hold press conferences to announce signings or anything like that, but it's the whole package that you get when you get Tom Brady.
Absolutely.
What he believes in,
well,
quality of the individual.
Yeah, how he works with the team, how he treats everybody. Listen, that always has something to do with contracts, especially when you're talking about big ones and when you're talking about the quarterback. But you got to be the leader. You got to be the focal point. Everything you can say that you want out of a quarterback, they get it from Tom Brady.
Have to get past midfield for the 1st, and there's Moss, and that little stutter step move allowed the blocks to be formed to pick up the 1st down. Nice move by Randy Moss. It gains 9, and Welker is one of those who helped clear it.
This is really well done. Nice job by Wes Welker, man-to-man. He takes his guy up the field, then he blocks Randy Moss's cover guy. But you have to find ways. When you have a Randy Moss, you can't just say, run deep, Randy, I'll throw it. You got to find ways to get him the football.
It's Taylor off the right side. Breaks free and down to the 20-yard line. Freddie Taylor, 13-year man, and you'd never know it the way he's running right now. There is some burst in that step. 24 yards.
There definitely is, and you look at this Bengals defense, somebody better say, hey guys, the season has started, because they are getting whipped. Look at these running holes. The blocking by the offensive line, we see the tight ends, Wes Welker. The game is about being physical, and we know who's the more physical team so far.
For the 21, Patriots driving it again. A couple of 3rd down conversions on this series. Now on the slant, it's Moss, and he's wrapped up right away. Just a short gainer. Jonathan Joseph holds him to 5.
Wow. Well, I tell you, this is some display early, and that's what you can do in the opening game of the year. Both sides of the ball, you can do it, but this Patriots offense, all the formations, the different personnel, play selection, I think it's caught the Bengals a little off guard.
Taylor got away from Pecco. But more Bengals converge and hold them to 2. So another third down coming up for New England.
And I think the Bengals, I was talking to a lot of the players and coaches, and I never forget, I think it was Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator, that said it to me. He goes, well, this year it's different. Can we prove people right? You know, last year we were all about trying to prove everybody wrong, and they had an edge to them. Can you keep that edge when everybody's like going, oh, you're going to be great, you're a good guy, and sometimes you do lose it.
Third and 3. That's ball. Oh, that's right through his hands.
Yeah, blitz situation. They had the perfect play on Kevin Falk out of the backfield. You can tell it just barely got away from Tom Brady because it happened so quick. Dhani Jones is in pursuit, and Kevin Falk is probably going to score if he catches it cleanly.
Zoltan Mesko, rookie punter, out for the hold for Gostowski in a 32-yard field goal attempt. 26 of 31 made last year, and Gostowski true on his first field goal of 2010. And it's 10-0 New England. First quarter here at Gillette. League at CBSSports.com/upgrade as Gostowski sends it down. 5 yards deep. Adam Jones takes a knee. All right, Owens and Ocho Cinco. What have you seen so far, Phil?
Well, I've seen that the Cincinnati Bengals are going to try to get them the football. Incorporate them early. This is, I think, always a great thing to do to wide receivers, running backs. Get them into the game, get them into the flow, get their confidence up too.
One catch apiece.
I wanted to ask you, Jim, are you the commissioner of fantasy football?
No, but I know you're in a league this year, so we'll be watching your success as Palmer hits the target for 13 yards. And that is Ocho Cinco with the catch. We talked to Palmer yesterday, Phil, and very aware of how he's got to keep these guys happy.
Oh, well, it was really interesting. He goes, it's exciting. I mean, nice throw and catch. You don't hear that, but I think he likes the tension it brings. I think when you bring Terrell Owens and Ocho Cinco on the same team, it brings energy too. You know, sometimes, as long as it's the right kind of energy, that is very good for the football.
They both want the football all the time, even in the warm-up throws. That's what he said as Benson runs it out to the 39. We've got our first up.
To Jim Nantz, Bill Sims.
Oh, Nate Washington for the Titans. Here the Bengals have it. Second down. The 39 and Benson. The ball is out. And it's recovered by New England. That's Ninkovich thinking maybe I was never down, so he takes it to the 10.
I did not hear a whistle, so he did the right thing.
Well, Cincinnati wants to see if Benson was down first.
Well, the 9th best rushing team in the NFL last year with Cedric Benson down. It's close.
Let's see. It's out.
It's out.
That was James Sanders and Rob Ninkovich who forced it. Ninkovich fell on it. Now let's see, did any Bengal touch him? He's surrounded by his teammates here.
And one of his teammates is going, get up and run.
That was Tully.
But if you lay there too long, then the officials will assume the play is dead. That's why they can blow the whistle.
So it's getting ugly here in this first quarter for Marvin Lewis's Cincinnati Bengals. Already down 10. Now cough it up.
Patriots, Jim, just out hitting them at the line of scrimmage.
Going to be a penalty against Crumpler, moving early on that right side.
Start. Number 82, offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
The defensive front for the New England Patriots is firing off the ball and making contact. And this reminds me of the Patriots from years ago. I said, what about this game? You got any keys you can tell us about? Yeah, we're going to hit people. And like I said earlier, hitting people is a good thing in this league.
1st and 15. Brandon Tate lined up on the right side. Welker and Moss to the left. Going Tate. As the grab falls to the ground at the 29, gets the 5 yards back. Carl Sheffers is the referee here, and of course one of the new things that's been discussed heavily in the preseason is where the NFL now is going to position the umpire on the snap.
Well, right-handed quarterback, there he is. He'll be on the left. He'll be 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll watch the left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. That is his position.
That is Andre Wash, the umpire for this one. 2nd and 10, set up a little wide receiver screen. Welker zigzagging just back to the line. That's it.
And I'll just say this about it. Of course, there's been so much said about it. Yes, there are pros and cons to it. I thought Charlie Casserly brought up one really interesting thought this morning, was the defense now can yell things at the offense along the line to draw them off sides that the umpire can't hear anymore.
10-0 at the end of one here in Foxborough. And we'll return after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Patriots owned that first quarter. Lead it 10-0, looking for more. What a difference from that first quarter against Baltimore when Ray Rice took that first snap and raced 80 yards for a touchdown and set the tone for that road victory in the postseason for Baltimore. 3rd down here, however, from the 30. Brady balled again, unable to hold on, and he's walloped by Joseph.
Boy, another good game plan play by the Patriots. Tom Brady knew there's a blitz coming from the left side. He runs away from it. Look at Falk going down the field free.
Oh, what a hit.
Yeah, it is a big hit. That's just a defender coming off another receiver. That's Jonathan Joseph.
Gonna have a long-range field goal try by Gostowski. It'll be 47 yards.
Into just a little bit of a breeze.
Ingram on the snap. And the kick, trying to get back. And it's no good.
Well, that was a big save by the Bengals defense.
No points off the Benson fumble.
One of their most important players, maybe the best on the defensive side. Jonathan Joseph makes the hit to stop the first down. You're right, Jim. It looks like he's going to cut back and doesn't.
Of course, the miss will give the Cincinnati Bengals the football at the point of the field goal try at the 37. Carson Palmer spent a great deal of time during that last break, the quarter change, huddling his whole team on the sideline and imploring his guys to let's get going.
Well, you saw that graphic, 55 yards rushing for the Patriots, 1 for the Bengals. The Bengals are supposed to be the team that can run the football.
This is their best starting point.
Patriots active up front. Here they come with the blitz, corner blitz.
Benson coming right off a fumble is called on again for no gain. Tully Bantakane, we keep calling his name. A loss of 2, actually. How about this defense?
You know, the big thing is they're just hitting. And I've said it, and they did this fast play, getting all over Carson Palmer. And when more than one guy is tackling you, sooner or later something bad's going to happen. And that was a fumble by Cedric Benson. Patriots, though, just doing a lot up front, being active, being aggressive.
Second, we'll call it 11. Palmer rolls out, able to get the ball in the hands of the rookie tight end Jermaine Gresham, a player you really have a great deal of respect for out of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I like him, but I tell you what I liked more. Did you see Brandon Spikes just hit him? And starting the middle line, or one of the inside linebackers, hit Gresham, and he went right down. Gresham, yes, he's got it all, Jim. Can get down the field fast, like Hernandez really from the Patriots, and a very competitive blocker for a rookie tight end.
He was an All-America for the Sooners. Caught balls from Sam Bradford in his career there. 21st pick in the draft. 3rd down. They go back to him, And he is backed up after the catch. What a lick. That's Darius Butler holding him to a yard.
Well, speed.
It was Owens on the catch.
It's evident when you watch it, Jim. Let's watch the snap of the ball. Watch this side of the defense. Everybody's moving. And they're talking. And all of a sudden, we get 3, 4 guys coming off to the offense's left side. And Carson Palmer has to throw it quick short of the first down.
Boyer's third punt already. Good towering spiral. It goes out of bounds inside the 10. Did it? Did it ever? Nope, it's a touchback. Never did. Touch the sideline stripe. It's a net of 37 yards. First and 10. And that's been Jarvis Green Ellis for 4.
Just play them all, Jim. Just make sure everybody gets in. That's the one thing that we've said many times with Bill Belichick's football team. Versatile players. Just what can you do to help my football team? They played many running backs. We've seen all the tight ends, all 3 of them in the game involved. Same thing, of course, goes on the defensive side.
Has it on the hip. Pump fake, now airing it out for Moss. Oh, almost at the 20. Chris Crocker had a hand in there.
Now that was just a tremendous play by Chris Crocker. But what a throw, what design. They're going across the field, then he turns it up. And this is what you got to worry about, these long, high throws. Good job by Chris Crocker staying in there.
Jonathan Panene of the Bengals is down. We'll take a break. Back in New England, and Panene walked off the field and now is walking toward the Bengals locker room. Shaken up on that last play. Coming out around Matt Light and landed on him.
Couldn't tell what happened. It was a pretty good shot. Matt Light staying with him, but also these defensive ends, you want to be a good defensive end in the NFL, you better be able to run low around the corner. Panene was doing it that last time.
Third down for New England. They've not had a 3 and out.
Expecting blitz, they don't get it.
They seal that pocket all kinds of time. There is the open man, it's Tate. And he's chased out by Johnson, and the Patriots, in fact, will pick up a new set of downs, gaining 20.
Well, that's because the defensive front doesn't get to him, and it gives, you got to give credit to the New England offensive line. But what they do, watch the receivers crossing. Here they come across. They're expecting man-to-man coverage. What's not, and then finally, Tom Brady just keeps scanning the field, finds a wide-open receiver.
It's a game with all that buildup about Ocho Cinco, T.O., Randy Moss, and really, to this point, it's been about everybody else. And about the way New England's been dominating. With guys like Welker in that defense, and Brady on target, as he is right here. There is Moss. Sideswipes one defender, and he's taken off. Now, on cue, Randy Moss gets away from Jonathan Joseph.
If you're going to blitz, Randy Moss, I know you don't look at him and you say, wow, big, strong guy, but look at this all-out blitz by the Bengals. Good read by Randy Moss and Tom Brady. He's tall and a lot stronger than you think, gets by Joseph and gets those extra yards.
32 yards. Now Aluga showing some speed and pushing him out.
I know you're saying, look at all the skill guys for the Patriots, but I'm just going back to the guys up front on both sides. That's the difference in this game. The Patriots defensive front and offensive line.
Fourth play already, at least 20 yards for New England. And a flag down as Green Ellis takes it to the 20, gains about 3.
Illegal shift, offense. 2 players in motion did not reset prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
No, it's been dominating so far, the performance by Belichick's side. How about that offensive line? Having replaced Mankins, Kazir not playing today.
Well, I never forget last year, I think it was last year, time goes a little too quick in life now, as we all know. But Bill Belichick said to us once, I'm not worried. We have 5 left tackles. In other words, he's saying, We got a lot of offensive linemen that are athletic, so they've lost 2 starters, and they fill it in. They're still getting the job done.
Word on Fanene, sprained hamstring, questionable whether he'll return today.
Another blitz.
On 1st and 15, Brady pumps right, goes to the end zone. Welker, and it's knocked down by Leon Hall, who had tight coverage.
Yeah, good job. Sometimes being bigger than a wide receiver does help. It really helps Leon Hall. Bottom of your screen in the slot. And that is a good blitz beater. That's what you call that. That's a play that the Indianapolis Colts run all the time. Peyton Manning checks to it with the inside guy, runs out along the sideline, and what a play by Leon Hall. Really a good throw. Tom Brady is right on the mark with these throws, though.
Second and 15. Zips it back to Moss. Taken down immediately. Gain of 4. That's Joseph.
Yep. Zip was the word, wasn't it, Jim?
Well, he's got, he feels, talking about Brady and the way he's throwing the football, I think he feels better about his passing this year going in than ever before. He worked on it more in the offseason. He said more throws than ever in an offseason.
His mechanics, I think quarterbacks in the NFL do not throw enough in the offseason. And he's like a golfer. You know, it's feel. He wants to get it in that slot where he knows when he needs to, he can overpower the football. And right now, he is in that slot.
He worked on the technique of keeping his left elbow down.
Keeps his motion more compact, faster, more powerful.
We'll rely on it right here. Third down and Chase. Now throwing on the run. And with the feet down, yes! What a catch. Falk holds on to it at the 5-yard line.
How good was that? He was going to throw it short, and he knew if he threw it short, it was going to be just a couple-yard gains. Watch in front. He's going to throw it here. Decides nope. He sees the defender coming up and throws a strike on the run to the outside. What a catch. What a throw.
For 21.
And Brady on the move. He has learned over the years to become a very good thrower on the run. Not that he runs a lot.
He's hit 5 different receivers now for at least a 20-yard gain. He's got 1st and goal to go, and he fakes it to Green Ellis, and he throws incomplete. Hernandez had it on his back, the rookie, trying to make that first NFL touchdown grab.
Trying to throw it to Randy Moss over the middle. Nice sell, but they got 2 guys. Brady could have thrown it over the top, but he didn't have the time because he's getting hit. So he back shoulders it, and Hernandez will learn that they're going to watch the films on tomorrow, and they're going to say, my gosh, you got to catch that 100 out of 100.
Hitting the ground, jarred the ball out. So it's a 2nd and goal. Across the middle this time, and that was in and out of the hands of Welker. Keith Rivers may have gotten a hand in there too.
I was watching Ben Jarvis Green, 42, watch him sneak out. Oh, he's got it. Wes Welker, nice job.
Rivers.
Wow. Fast, athletic, dives, saves the touchdown.
Tom Brady in his career has never thrown an interception in the red zone at home in a regular season game. Down in this inside the 20 position, never.
That's unbelievable.
It is. Palmer went the whole season last year without one.
I won a couple games.
And he's got the grab at the goal line. Is it enough? Yes, they signal. Late signal, but it's a touchdown. It's ruled a touchdown to Welker for the 2nd time in this game.
I said to Wes Welker on Friday, I said, you know, you remember we were talking about it. I said, man, you got to catch the fastballs that Tom Brady throws to him so close, fires it in there, and you never see Welker juggle the football.
Any doubt about that being a cross?
He broke the line. Yes, it's a touchdown. I would not challenge it if I was the Bengals.
The feet were in, but did the ball cross the plane, and Lewis wants another look at it. He's challenging.
Well, Let me take that back.
Cincinnati is challenging the ruling on the field of a touchdown. We'll review the play.
Carl Cheppers will go under the hood.
He's looking for help, Marvin Lewis, so that's why he's challenging.
I think they have to piece this one together, okay? From here, it's hard to conclusively say anything.
But you see the football's in the middle of his body.
Yes, it's in his chest. It's not on his left hip.
So if it's in the middle of his chest, now watch this one from behind.
All right, so it's not on his left hip here. It's, again, right in his chest. Split the numbers.
And that's a touchdown. You got to remember the tip of the football. Sorry.
Will be charged with a timeout.
Touchdown confirmed. The second from Brady to Welker.
But, you know, Jim, you bring up a good point. That's what you do. You piece it together. You can look at two different replays, put them together and assume what happened. And I was going to try to say, if the tip of the football hits any part of that white line, it is a touchdown.
Not even midway through the second quarter, and it's already 17-0 Patriots. They converted 3 third downs on that drive. The last one, the touchdown to Welker. Tom Brady has thrown 2 touchdown passes to Wes Welker. And New England is up 17-0. Just inside 9 minutes to go in the first half.
I think Wes Welker just wanted to ease everybody's doubt in case you were wondering if he's back. What do you think?
How sturdy is the knee? I don't think there looks to be any difference from the Welker we saw all of last season. That's Bernard Scott refusing to bring it out. Take it to the 20.
Well, I think the Bengals, if you look at here, 17-0, you got to decide. Are we going to buckle up and try to get really physical, or do you start throwing the ball to get some rhythm, try to make plays that way and get back in the game?
Jordan Shipley, the rookie wideout from Texas. He's the slot man to the right. Ball dropped by Owens. That's something that has plagued him throughout his career. Sometimes just almost impossible to explain drops. How about the secondary, though, for the Patriots so far?
How about Devin McCourty, first play of your NFL career. Terrell Owens is going deep. What a play. On the other side, on a quick throw, Darius Butler comes off his receiver. What reaction. Great tackle, young secondary, and it's early. Not even a half yet. Looks like a pretty good combo right now for the Patriots.
Second down and 10. And that's Sanders dragging down the rookie tight end Gresham for a gain of 7.
You know, as you look around the NFL, when you have 2 corners where you feel really good about them, in other words, when you have to, you can let them cover a guy one-on-one. Just think about it. Just think about the numbers. How your defensive coordinator and other players on your side can free up and make plays. So if these corners for the Patriots, if they get better, if they turn out to be as good as they hope, then look out.
3rd and 3. And that's Shipley. Forward Progress is going to have their first conversion. I like what you said about McCourty's first NFL snap.
Yeah, how about that?
Having to break up a pass thrown to Owens.
Yeah, they'll check it. But I tell you, he had a nice solid preseason, McCourty. Shows the talent, there's no doubt. Fast, can really turn, and when he gets off stride, he's able to readjust and get right back with the receiver. That's when you know you got something special at corner.
A timeout call. Belichick raced down the sideline to call it. Cincinnati was going no huddle, but it took a while for them to get set. Belichick didn't like what he saw either. Coming out of a New England timeout. Homer and the Bengals moving the chains once on this series. Fakes left, goes screen right. It's Benson. And he's got another first down out at the 41. Gain of 11.
Yeah, nice play call. Anytime your offense is struggling, can't get it going, I always think it's up to the coach. Give us something that'll catch the defense by surprise to get us going. And a lot of times that's a screen. Yeah, good check out by Carson Palmer. It looked like a blitz, either that or the Patriots. They're great actors.
Quickly tosses it to Owens. Out of bounds near midfield. Now, 2 years ago was an elbow injury that restricted Carson to only 5 games played. He went through the whole season last year, though, with torn ligaments in his left wrist that was operated on right at the end of last year after they were eliminated by the Jets in the postseason. He had all that fancy ball work, the way he had to snap, handoff, and everything with that cast on his left hand, harnessing his season last year. Now playing with freedom.
Yeah, I think you said it right. Now he can carry out fakes and be more deceptive with the football.
2nd down and 3. And that's back to T.O. for a first. Now, he said the trickiest part of it was, in fact, trying to really pull off the play action. He was surprised as the season marched on that people didn't feel or detect how vulnerable he was at the ball being stripped out of his hands when he was dropping back.
Yeah, it's usually NFL guys are great at that, but they never realized that he didn't have such a very good grip on it. And if he'd have been stripped, he just figured it would have been a huge problem for him, but got away with it.
This is the first time, Phil, they've been across midfield. Picked off. They did not have an interception last year by a linebacker. They've got Guyton now running down the sidelines, but he's taken in for a touchdown. Not a single pick by the linebacking core all of last year. And they get one in game 1, and it's a pick 6.
Gary Guyton, not even starting, spikes, but he reads the tight end coming across and plays it perfectly. He's on the inside hip, he's underneath, so there's no way Carson Palmer is going to get the throw in there. And how about that speed from Guyton? Didn't know he could run that fast. Just an excellent job of catching it and just going all out and getting the touchdown.
Guyton, who, as it turns out, did not start the game. Brandon Spikes was in there at the beginning, but Guyton, who was a starter most of last year, takes it 59 yards. They were throwing it to Gresham, and he jumped right in front and took off.
It's just perfect coverage. You'd like to be, as a receiver, stay in front of the defender. And they're coming across. Oh, a little pull, gets right underneath. That is really well done. And Jermaine Gresham, he's going to find out, or he's finding out, it's just a lot of ways you got to try to get it done, because NFL linebackers, defensive backs, they've seen every route, and they have a technique they like to play against everything, and that time the technique was absolutely perfect by Guyton. Boy, everybody's involved in this party, Jim. They are spreading around. So many guys making plays.
It is a party right now here.
It is. You know, I noticed during preseason, I went, wow, the Patriots, the front. I remember thinking they are really being active. I thought that's not like them to show a lot of stuff in the preseason. And that activity is, to me, seems like it's feeding the energy, plus being physical. It's borderline greatness for them here in the first half.
It comes on the very first snap of the game for Cincinnati in the opponent's territory. The first time they cross midfield, it goes the other way on the very first snap. A run back for the touchdown. Cosby to the 28. Coming up this.
See, if you don't do as I say, I'll cut you. I'll have to send you home to your mama.
You know, Jimmy was trying for a couple of years to get on Survivor, and he didn't pass the physical, and he worked out.
High blood pressure working with Terry Bradshaw.
Orange 10!
First down.
What'd you think?
For Cincinnati.
Okay.
You're not going to comment.
I can't take Terry down like that.
Yeah.
Too good a friend. And a fumble on the snap. That was the exchange from Kyle Cook to Carson.
Whatever rhythm this Bengals offense got in that last drive, which it did get a little rhythm. Couple first downs, the interception. What's it do to your confidence? What's it do to the offensive coordinator, Bob Burkowski, trying to call plays? It is another look. All the people up front moving by the Patriots.
Second at 12, and it's Benson dragging some bodies with him out to the 33, gain of 6. And this is an ugly right column. Punt, punt, fumble, punt, interception.
Jim, this is really the defense of the Patriots. It's the looks. That time they had 4 blitzers coming from the top. It's a good thing it was a run by the Bengals. One guy with his hand on the ground, everybody else standing up.
Flags down on 3rd down. And almost, was it? Yes, it was picked off. Oh, the ball actually squirts out, called incomplete. Check the flag. That was Butler who bobbled it.
Was it offsides?
The ruling on the field is that the pass is incomplete. Offside, number 59 defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
So it's going to be 3rd and 1 with the 5-yard marker off. That was intended for Ocho Cinco.
Well, and you know, again,
I think that, you know, Ocho Cinco landed on him, and that may have been, had the Patriots not been penalized, they might have wanted to challenge that. He might have been down with the catch.
No.
Got to take it all the way to the ground.
There you go. Going down to the ground, catching the football, no matter what. You have to remain or contain, control that football through the whole process.
3rd and 1. And that's good for a first. Owens. Another catch of the short variety. I think he may have gotten poked in the eye right there. Got 5 catches in this one for 30 yards. He had 2 catches in each of the 2 appearances last year when he was in the Patriots division playing for the Bills. 2-2. Opening here at Foxborough as the opponent for the 2nd straight year as Benson is off and running. He's got the 10-yard gain wrapped up by Patrick Chung. It was Whitworth who cleared the left side.
Yeah, nice play call, and that's all it is. You got, look at the defenders. Tully Banta-King going to the outside. The defensive lineman trying to get up the field to get to the quarterback. You still have to honor the run a little bit if you're a defender up front for the New England Patriots.
It was the Bengals' longest run. Before that one, Benson had only 7 carries for 6 yards, including a fumble as Palmer's pass deflected and incomplete. Mayo made an attempt to catch it, and Mike Wright was the one who caused all the pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, this time he's going to throw the same route to Gresham again, and look at, oh my gosh, it's a good thing he didn't, because that football was going to be intercepted. James Sanders was going right underneath, just like Guyton for the interception.
And Benson's got another big run, rips off another 10.
Good job by Cedric Benson. Say he's a downhill runner is an understatement. It is full go forward all the time for him.
3rd and 1.
Close.
I'm not sure.
Well, what happened is he got his feet tangled up with the offensive lineman. Right, Jim?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Step back, give him a little heartbeat, then go.
That's what you would do.
I was such an adept runner in my career, so.
You're a good sneaker, though.
Yeah.
You're still a good sneaker
I'm
guy.
sneaky, yes, that's right. Well, look, he just falls right in there, and look at his feet are all over theirs. If he'd have stepped back, then you can drive in there and you can find a spot. But I can notice it right away. Carson Palmer was kind of falling all over the feet of the offensive lineman. No matter what, they're going to go for this if they're short.
Short by a chain link. Can't tell you how many times through the years we've seen that sneak like that, and you have immediately recognized the same thing. Give it a beat, step back, and then go.
Of course, I'm just reciting what Dan Reeves taught me one year.
Okay.
I'd get the game plan each week, and I'm not exaggerating. There would be 4 different ways on the game plan how to run a sneak. Out of formations, what you got to do, read this defense, and I never knew it was so complicated, but it made me appreciate it, and it's such a vital part so many times in football games.
We might see it again. Timeout New England first. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the first half, and at halftime.
But you know, Jim, I think I said it to you earlier. Scored 24-0. You're basically on the 39-yard line going in. There's no
question.
Yeah, you go for it. You're past the point at 24-0. Some of these decisions are going to be easy for the Bengals. The big question is, do you quarterback sneak it, or do you hand it off to Cedric Benson, who's very deep?
Well, that time he stepped back a little bit, and he drives for the first down.
I like the two. What they did, they shifted the tight end back. And if you're a defender, when you see the wide receiver shift up there, you're waiting for the receiver to come across the formation, catches them off guard just enough.
Got the 2-minute warning and a first down for Cincy.
Well, the Bengals, they've had the football for about the last 7 minutes. If nothing else, maybe you can tire this team out, this defense out before you get to halftime.
They need something. They need to produce something here before halftime. The Bengals shellacked so far. And Palmer's pass right through the hands of Benson, and Mayo for the second time on this drive almost came away with a pick.
It's always a nervous moment for a quarterback. It's about the 3rd or 4th time the football has gone up. And it's a little behind Cedric Benson. When you're throwing the running backs, you got to be spot on.
It's Benson. I tell you, we keep mentioning Patrick Chung, second-year safety out of Oregon, who was a second-round pick a year ago. He has been on so many tackles.
Yep, this is. I think I heard his name a lot when I was just watching preseason football, and this could turn out to be something really good for the Patriots. Merriweather, such a good safety. You put somebody back there like him, it's awesome.
Palmer looking for Owens. And boy, was he covered up by McCourty. You talk to these players around New England, they'll tell you that McCourty might already be the best defensive back they've got.
Well, he's showing pretty well here early in the year, that's for sure. Oh, nice job. Gets in position, then turns for the football, and actually gives a little jump there because he goes, wow, I had a chance to intercept it.
They're going to bring out Mike Nugent, the former Jet, who's a Cincinnati area kid, going to try a 53-yarder. He made 2 from 50-plus in the preseason to beat out Dave Rayner for the job. Grew up as a Bengals fan from 53 yards. Nugent gets it across. His first kick as a Bengals, a beauty. Points on the board at last for Cincinnati. Nugent from Centerville, Ohio. Huber on the hold. Actually, now they're telling us they're going to stretch it out and call it officially 54 yards. So he ties his career long.
Well, he got it all. He flushed it. You said had a good preseason, and he just down the middle.
Man, he cleared it by plenty. He was injured 2 years ago, was Nugent, on opening day down at Miami. We were at that game. Quad injury, and he couldn't finish the game. Coming up again, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, the Boomer, Coach Cower. All the latest scores and highlights, and that preview of Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic. Coming up on the Sprint halftime report. 12 plays, but when you add the number of plays they had on their previous possession, which was the pick run back, that unit was on the field for close to 20 plays.
And, you know, that's going to be a good thing, Jim, because it just gives you experience. In other words, you get a feel for who you're going up against. It gets you in rhythm. It helps everybody. Helps the play caller.
You know, you look at it one way, they had it for 7 minutes and 44 seconds. They had it for some 20 plays. They still got outscored 7-3. It's going to be run back by Tate. And deep in the end zone, and he's got a little seam. And that's Nugent that comes up at the end for the last hit. 39-yard run back. Been a long time since we've seen Brady.
Well, Tom Brady looking down the field, looking left, looking right. Finally, oh, there's somebody that's wide open. Pass protection has been very good by the Patriots offensive line so far. How about that? Not sacked, knocked down one time.
It's Falk on the screen. Nice hit by Rivers out at the 39-yard line. Picks up 6.
Yeah, the fact that they got a decent return, the Patriots, and they have one timeout, it's going to allow them just to test the water here a little bit. See if they can make a play here to get in field goal range.
It was Dhani Jones actually came up with the last hit. Underneath again and shaking off 2 tackles. Falk spinning to the 50. Somehow escaped Adam Jones, and Brandon Johnson picks up 11.
You said it last year. When's he going to slow down? When's Kevin Falk going to show some wear and tear for all the years he's blocked, run the football, and all the catches he's had up here?
Patriots call a timeout. 34 seconds. That's their last timeout. From the 50, first down. Falk picks up the blitzer. Gives his quarterback time. No, it's not complete. Ruled out. Moss was bobbling it as he was taking it to the sideline.
Inside of 2 minutes, if it's going to be challenged, it will be upstairs. Little sprint action, 2:58. Z comeback. Oh, that's a good call. The ball did come out. He re-gripped it, and one of his feet, 1 foot, was off the ground.
Having to work those sidelines without any timeouts. Now 28 seconds.
Okay, booth replay.
Inside of 2 minutes, they're going to review it up top.
They didn't believe you when they heard you say that he was bobbling. You're just not convinced.
Yeah, how about your explanation over the replay? I didn't sell them either, huh?
Well, let's see right here. Here we go. Oh, there you go. As you can see, the ball pops out. He regrips it, and I think it's going to be clear that one of his 1 foot was off the ground.
Yep.
The bobble. Okay, it's not as clear as I thought. That's the one good thing about these field turf fields. It's the right foot is the one that's in question. Now he's got it, and the right foot goes out. Here comes the bobble, regrips. I think it's pretty clear, right, Jim?
I agree.
The right foot is out.
I think it's got to stand as an incompletion.
Unless that right foot is touching the ground where we can't see it, but
Ochocinco's heading in.
Let's look at it one more time. Now he has it.
Yeah, I think the right foot was off the ground when he finally secured it, and of course it landed out.
Well, I say the longer Carl Cheffer stays underneath there is better for the Patriots, because when they take too long sometimes they're trying to decide, okay, time and where did he go out of bounds.
Yeah, ball spot.
And this has taken a long time.
Yeah, this is going long enough now where you got to believe it's going to be rule and catch. Carl Cheffers and this crew worked last year's Cincinnati game at San Diego late in the season, their first game after the Chris Henry tragedy.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver bobbled the ball. His second foot came down out of bounds after he gained control. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Why'd it take so long? Oh, well, it'll be back at the 50. It'll be a 2nd down with 28 seconds to go.
One more time, that's just a little bit of a bobble.
A little bump. Looked like Jones may have pushed Tate, but the pass probably not a catchable ball. Geno Atkins had a little pressure on Brady.
Geno Atkins, rookie, had an excellent preseason for the Bengals, and they're excited about him. Very active, does a good job of fighting whoever's in front of him, gets pressure on the quarterback from the inside.
3rd down, they run it. And Falk takes off for a first down. Again, they can't stop the clock. Down to 39.
No, but they're getting where they're almost in position to try a long field goal.
They don't spike it. They go sideline, get a little closer, and stepping out. Only picked up about a yard or two. That's Tate with 6 seconds. This would be about 55 yards if he brought out Gostowski right now, maybe 56.
Yeah, that's makeable.
His career long is 53.
You know, Jim, that was interesting. Instead of spiking it, most teams would come up and spike it, then try to throw the quick out cut. Well, Tom Brady did it so fast, the throw wasn't quite on target. He did the quick out cut beforehand. Very, very clever.
And that extra yard or two he just gained, who knows? Could be the difference right here for Gostowski. It's going to be 56. Mesko on the hold. Jake Ingram to snap it. Gostowski's made one, missed one from 47. This one's got a hook. Looks like it had enough leg.
Plenty of leg, no question.
Wide right this time. Hold on, everybody. They're blowing the whistle. We still got a second on the clock.
1 second, but he gets it all. This time it fades as he kicks it.
Now here's something
An
interesting.
additional play will need to be run.
T.O. is running up the ramp, and he's already gone on to the locker room. We saw Ochocinco go in. And now you have a chance for a Hail Mary from the 46-yard line, and it's downwind.
Great point, and you are exactly right.
Your two best receivers are in the locker room.
Because when you're here, you have to take this shot. You throw it into the end zone.
Yeah, you're down 24-3. Randy Moss, by the way, has come in, and he's dropping back deep. They've got Jerome Simpson in, Jordan Shipley, Quan Cosby, but no Ochocinco or T.O.
Carson Palmer needs to buy time.
Moss, one of the defenders, back at the goal line. Here's the heave to the goal line, and the ball was caught. Shipley has the catch, and they're out of time.
How about that?
How about Owens and Ochocinco being in the locker room? What's up with that?
Hey, listen, we'll find out maybe why they went in. Ochocinco went in earlier, but Terrell Owens had a chance to come back and get into that last play.
I don't understand what the big hurry is. You're down 24-3. You never know. That was a 52-yard completion. New England leads it at halftime, 24-3. And New England gets the football to start the second half. This one hits the ground at the 16. And high stepping it down at the 5. Now taken off. It's Tate. He may break it. To the 40, to the 30. Nolan has an angle in him. He's at the 10, and he's taking it home. Touchdown, New England. Brandon Tate.
How about that? The kick hits the ground, squirrels to the middle, little hop by Brandon Tate, but the Bengals lose their discipline. You see guys spread across the field at different levels. So when you're at different levels, it creates an unbelievable hole. And again, we talked about it. The speed, it's better on this Patriots team. And Brandon Tate, another guy that has speed to get it done when given the opportunity.
He broke one during the preseason for 97 yards and a touchdown. And now in the real season, he's got a 97-yard touchdown for real. Talk about a backbreaker to start the second half. A year ago, Brandon Tate was just coming out of the University of North Carolina as a third-round pick, and he began the season on the non-football injury list, recovering from torn knee ligaments. He opens this season busting one free, 97 yards and a touchdown. They've got a defensive touchdown and a special team score. And a touchback earned off the Gostowski kick.
Well, here you go. You're Brandon Tate. What's it look like? Oh, nice little hop. And look at that hop. That little, it allowed him to really stick his right foot in the ground. And that little cut back to the left just helped create a hole, a bigger hole, I should say, on that Bengals defense. Tom Brady likes it. The rest of the team likes it. And you talk about giving energy. There was nothing more exciting than to have a special teams touchdown.
That's the first one the Bengals have given up on a kick return in 5 years since Terrence McGee of the Bills.
Shoot, Patriots got to order some more footballs. They're going to have to give out a bunch of them, game balls.
Palmer to Owens to the 29, wrapped up by McCourty.
That's the sign, you know, I always say this, Jim. Your football team, how many guys can make an impact? That's what you need, to give yourself many, many chances to win. And the Patriots are showing they got some new guys around here wanting to make an impact.
Forward progress to the 30, good enough for a first. Ocho Cinco to the right, Owens to the left. Benson cutting back middle and ridden down by Guyton, gain of 6. Patriots who came into this season way under the radar. The normal large expectations that they have to shoulder. They liked it. Being an underdog for once, if you will.
Yeah, it's true. You know, you said something to Tom Brady, I thought, the other day. You asked him about all the new guys, and what was his words? It's kind of exciting. New faces, everybody learning, eager.
There's the grab. Ocho Cinco has it short of the 50.
And that is true. You know, Jim, there's just something about young guys on a football team, especially the right kind of young guys. You know, their energy level is always up. They're trying to impress every single day because they have nothing to go on. And it rubs off on the veterans.
Well, we asked Bill Belichick from the end of last season to game 1 this year, what was the one thing you were trying to change the most? And he said, I wanted a more competitive team all the time.
All the number 74, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And for Bill, you know what that means? In the classroom, in the weight room, everything you do, he wants guys to compete against each other. And when you do that, when you get that kind of atmosphere, it always carries over to the game. You know, complacency, here it's just, it's an unbelievable, there of course there's no place for it in any workforce, but you talk about, you can't be complacent hardly one day in the NFL.
1st and 15 back at the 44. That's the first game penalty on Cincinnati. Flying up to make the hit on Ocho Cinco is Jonathan Wilhite. Holds him to 4 yards. And batted away by Wilhite. Back-to-back plays made by the third-year corner out of Auburn, going to Jordan Shipley, and that was the target for Carson Palmer.
This defense, I think we've all been sitting around. We talk about some of the young guys. Still Mayo in the middle. Now they have Brandon Spikes. But outside, just all McCourty, Butler, you know, Wilhite, Chung. Merriweather still young. So can they meld as a group and work together to raise their level of play over the last year or two?
3rd down and 11. And Palmer, with players all around him, is able to get it away. And who has it?
It looked like it was intercepted, but it could go to the Bengals.
They have Shipley who comes out with it.
I think we're going to get a good view. This is right in front of me. The defender looks like he has hold of the football, but when they go to the ground, Shipley rushes with him. And
this Jordan Shipley is some sort of scrappy player, the rookie from Texas. Look at it. He's got Merriweather on the front side, Chung behind him.
Oh, I see. Oh, it is close.
Wow. It looks like the Patriots landed with it. They may want to challenge.
Merriweather had his hand on it first in between Shipley's.
Well, it's in the books now for a first down. And Benson gains 1. That whole plug right away. That's Shipley. We talked to Marvin Lewis yesterday about him. He said he's come on so quickly. Look at this. Wow.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying that could have been challenged.
That's what I saw. I don't know if you could overturn it though, Jim. You can make a case for either one.
2nd down and 9. Shoulder harness for a minute. Palmer's throwing arm was restricted. He was able to wriggle free and pick up 19 yards. Mike Wright was the one who had a hold of him.
Yeah, he did. Just Carson Palmer, such a big guy, able to pull through it and then stands in there and throws a perfect football to Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco, I'll say this about him, he looks fast.
He just went over 10,000 yards, Phil. Wow. 6th player in league history to do so, playing all of his career with one team.
Bill Belichick said nice things about him. Says he's still got speed, runs very good routes.
First down, Bengals. Protected. Gresham ridden down by Mayo at the 13. Most impressive drive of the day for Cincinnati.
Good job that time by the Patriots. They made Carson Palmer throw it short. They were trying to go deep in the end zone to Ocho Cinco, but the Patriots every once in a while taking 2 defenders and putting them both on him at wide receiver.
Benson tiptoeing through some traffic down inside the 10. And give him 4 yards. Bengals getting to experience life inside the 10 for the first time, for the red zone for the first time, for that matter.
Well, what you do, just keep plugging along. And I know it's 31-3. And I think we know, we've experienced it. Score right here, you're 3 touchdowns down.
Chased by Wright. Now keeping the Palmer. Oh, takes a vicious hit by McCourty. Knocked out at the 1.
You're a quarterback and you're running in this league. You know what defensive backs are? They're speeding bullets. And boy, really, that's the best thing that can happen for Carson Palmer. Usually these defensive backs, they run through your thighs. And when they run through your legs, Jim, boy, you get these, I don't know how to say, like Charlie horses. It'll hurt for about a month.
They've had the football for over 6.5 minutes on this drive. Pecco in the backfield as a blocker for Benson. And fake Benson. Looking at Pecco. Now they go back to the end zone. And Gresham has it. The rookie has the Bengals' first touchdown of the season.
Well, he made it tough. You know, Pecco is wide open.
I know. I'm sure Palmer thought about it a couple of times.
I don't trust you, big guy. Look at that.
Pecco says, come on, what do you want? I'm wide open.
Man, you can throw a double feature on him. He's so big running out there. But
how about the nonchalance with which Gresham just snagged that one?
Yeah, big, tall, long arms. That's why he was a high first rounder.
Man who caught in his last 28 games in a Sooner uniform had 25 touchdowns. 1 for 1 here in his pro career, and the extra point by Nugent is good. 12-play drive, covered 80 yards, just inside of 7 minutes it took. And Cincinnati has something on the board with a touchdown. Let's see if they send it down to Tate again. They do. And he's going to come on out. That's the 20. A nice speedy run back near the 30. They give him 32 yards on the return. Breaking the action mid-third, 31-10. Don't talk to me about time of possession being a key. They've had it for 31 of the last 37 plays, the Bengals. They've been outscored 14-10.
What's the word? Statistics in football. They can lie.
Yep, right there. It's down, they fake the end around, and they go with the short pass to Taylor.
Pecco.
It's not too late to play NFL.com's all-new fantasy football game, the first and only game with video. It's free and it's easy to play. Sign up today. NFL.com/fantasy.
How many fantasy leagues you in, though? Really?
Just the one with you.
No.
I can't wait till our matchup.
There's no way.
Yep. Take you down.
You get in like 6 of them because you know sooner or later you'll do well in one of them.
2nd and 11. And that's Falk out to the 30. Gets back a yard lost and on one to spare. So 3rd and 9 coming up for the Pats.
I just want to finish that thought. You get in 6 leagues when you do well in one. That's the only one we hear about.
The only one I'm in with you. We did see Rivers hobble off the field off that Cincinnati defense. Taylor getting a 24-yard run in that mix. Ruffle with 2 touchdowns, 4 catches overall. 3rd and 8. Oh, good pass. That's Crumpler. And the former Falcon and Titan. There is a flag down, however. Back in the area.
Holding.
Yep.
Number 67, offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Take away the Crumpler catch.
Center, Dan Copen. He just gets tripped. He trips on the right guard, makes him fall, and then the grabbing of the jersey makes him pull down the defender.
Stephen Neal has also come out.
I thought I saw him laying on the ground.
Ryan Wendell now takes his place in the lineup. They got 3 backups on the offensive front. Tate. He slammed at the 30. And you get to see the rookie punter out of Michigan for the first time. Well, he's been out there on holds, but he hasn't punted to this point.
He's never had a chance to get rid of his pregame jitters. He's been up there. Oh, my gosh.
Zoltan Mesko, born in Romania. Belichick said he was the best punter in the draft, and he snagged him in the 5th round.
Funny, all the other things he said too, right? Good athlete, good hands, just even punters.
Adam Jones not going to field this one. And a generous rollout for Mesco. 44 yards officially. 31-10. See if Palmer can drive him down the field again like he did the last time. And the Patriots dominating at 31-10, although the Bengals came to life the last time they had it, and they'll begin this series at the 27. They drove 80 yards the last time on the field. And almost intercepted. That was Brandon Spikes getting his hands on it.
Brandon Spikes, big draft pick from Florida, really good at coming up and fighting linemen and stopping the run. But what helps him survive in the pass game is the fact that he knows football, very instinctive, and those instincts get him in position to make plays like he almost made on an interception.
Bernard Scott is the running back, and Palmer swings it over to the second-year man, Madeline Christian. I thought we might see more of Scott here in this game. We talked to Marvin Lewis about him yesterday. So impressed by his development and his explosiveness.
Well, not only them, everybody we talked to.
Yeah, Bill Belichick.
Oh my gosh, the Patriots. You know, Bernard Scott thinking about what he can do. Fast, can run inside, outside, catch it, return. He does it all. You need guys to take ordinary plays and make something special out of it.
Lewis was impressed by how he's picked up on his pass protection, which he'll be called on here on 3rd and 8. And a catch for the first down. It's Terrell Owens for 13.
I say wow, because Carson Palmer can stand above the crowd and just throw arrows into receivers. Under pressure, blitz. 6'5" and plays like he's 6'8".
Owens just went over 15,000 career receiving yards. He, along with Jerry Rice and Isaac Bruce, the only others to ever cross that barrier of 15,000. Here is Scott. That's the speed we're talking about. As he gets near the 50.
I got to tell you, just not to take away from Scott, but you look at Owens and Ocho Cinco. But when you watch them run, if you didn't know they were as old as they are and had all this experience, you go, well, these are two pretty fast-looking rookies. And they run well. Terrell Owens is running well.
Owens is 36. Ocho Cinco is 32. You don't find many receivers in the league these days north of 30.
That tells you it's talent and hard work.
Palmer. That one behind Owens. Got a little update on their play today.
Well, there's one thing you could say. The Bengals have done a good job incorporating them into the game plan. Lots of different routes, looks, allowing them both to go deep, catch short passes. Well designed.
3rd and 2. You got to think it's 4-down territory anyway, down 31-10. Quan Cosby and Jordan Shipley in the game, and there's Scott easily getting the first on a shovel pass to the 45.
This is another way to run the draw play on 3rd and 2, knowing if it doesn't gain yards, you'll probably go for it on 4th. It's a big drive. Tell you what, it'll get the crowd back into this game if the Bengals take this down and score.
And he led Shipley too much. The last drive, 12 plays Palmer directed.
Yeah, he did it all. Fought through a sack, then the scramble, which he did well last year. Once they get down inside the 20, Carson Palmer knows running with the football as a quarterback is a big deal, and did a good job running on that last scoring drive. Ninkovich, if he wasn't on Carson Palmer last time, that was going to be a big completion.
Bernard Scott shakes off a hit and runs for about 5. He had James Sanders by the ankles, had him by the ankles, and able to shrug it off and get it near the 40.
Well, what the Bengals have on their side right now, Jim, is what? Is the fact that they're running a lot of plays since the end of the second quarter to now. So the defense and what happens when you run those plays, we talked about it. Rhythm, momentum, play calling, but more than anything, you hope, and it usually does, tire out the big guys rushing the passer.
Now the crowd rises to its feet. Cedric Benson replaces Scott on 3rd and 5 from the 40. Blitz complete. Ocho Cinco. How about forward progress? What will they do?
He's going to be short, but he knew it was one-on-one coverage, and I think he did the right thing, even though he comes up short, Jim. He was going for the big play.
Was Butler on the coverage? Well, let's see. They mark him. Looks like about a half-yard shy.
Yeah, it's a good mark. I know he caught it past the line, but he was turning and coming back, trying to make a play out of it. So Marvin Lewis is telling him that.
Fourth down and about a foot. Palmer was able to sneak for a first on a 4th down situation in the first half. Gonna rely on the running back. This time Benson bounces off his own man. And it looks like he has it.
Yeah, he got it. He definitely got past the 35-yard line.
First he ran into his own player right there. Ran into the back of Nate Livings.
Well, it's one thing I kind of believe in it too. When they're trying to get that little tiny gain, like a half a yard or so, when you pull linemen, they get in the way because everybody just fires off and goes towards the middle.
Bengals 9th first down picked up in this quarter. That's assuming that this doesn't get stretched out too far. And that is, in fact, number 9, plus 124 total yards of offense in the 3rd.
Well, how about that?
Outgaining the Patriots.
Well, interception return and kick return.
Go back to Scott in the backfield.
Yeah, you could tell, Jim, Bernard Scott, makes you think, why didn't we see him a little bit or see him more earlier?
You see him right here. Cuts to the 28. Boy, you give him just a little bit of time. Get the legs going and churning. Get there in a hurry with 6 yards this time.
Yeah, guys like him are so valuable in this league now. And, what round was he drafted in?
The 6th round last year.
Well, you know why? Because he went to Abilene Christian. When you go to small schools, even though you got 3rd or 4th round talent, they knocked you down.
Johnny Knox was a teammate of his, the Chicago receiver. Palmer going to Ocho Cinco, and he has it for the touchdown. Beautiful grab by Chad. And he got past Darius Butler for the score.
Yeah, there. Well, we talked about the speed. It's still there. And boy, did he make a nice move at the line of scrimmage, turned it on, and what a throw by Carson Palmer.
28 yards. And he has just tied Carl Pickens' team record with a 63rd career touchdown.
Nice shake at the line of scrimmage, and more than anything, used his hands to knock off Butler's hands, which really freed him up.
Ties the franchise reception touchdown record. He has virtually every other mark. Catches, receiving yards. Cincinnati's run 24 plays in this quarter versus only 3 by the Patriots. And they've gone down the field the last 2 times for touchdowns. Another 12-play series for the Bengals. And since the Patriots returned the second half kick for a touchdown, it's like everything's gone flat for New England.
Well, instead of talking anymore, I'll just take the first half and just change Patriots to Bengals. Now because
there you go. This is Tate. This time. 19. Back again to call it next to 8. Here's what we're talking about. 24 snaps to 3 in the quarter.
5 wide receivers. Patriots going to use a drive starter.
There's Welker. That's a first down.
And what do? Spread the field, open up the middle, and let Wes Welker run an option route.
And that's going to close out the third quarter. The Welker grab for a first. 31-17 Patriots. Back after this message and a word from your local station. There you see the quarter-by-quarter scoring. Jim Nance, Phil Simms to call it. Happy to be here. Have you with us. That's Moss for 11. Brady's over 200 now. Give him 210 on the game.
Yeah, I love that play. I really do.
That was only for 9 yards.
They just sell it out with the run. Nice play fake, and it just gets the defense up. And look at the space that Randy Moss has, and he goes under control. Well done. And the Bengals defense, sense of urgency has to be there. Really, you look at it, a field goal, that's 3 scores. Tough to come back, almost no chance.
Rivers, who was banged up earlier, the linebacker is back in there. And that's Peck will hold on to Taylor as the Patriots have the first down at the 45. Settling things down, getting some snaps, trying to get some rhythm going as this offense has been non-existent. On the field for only 1 series of 3 and out before this one.
You know, that's the good thing about this offense, Jim. The Patriots can do so many things. They have what I call a lot of drive starters. It can be screens, spread the field, which we saw to Wes Welker, play action to Randy Moss. Everybody in the league doesn't have that.
Taylor. Give him a couple. They've had a lot of different ways to score in this one. The traditional way, if you will. Brady to Welker a couple of times. Then a pick and a run back. Defensive touchdown. Guyton. Special team score. Tate breaking at 97, coming out of the blocker to start the third. There have been 2 Palmer touchdown passes, taking it from 28 down to 14. Timeout Brady. 13 minutes left in this one. Patriots 31-17. We're back with the Patriots, 2nd down and 9 from the 45. Big fake by Brady. Steps over, away from the pressure. And he gets it to Taylor. Takes it across midfield to the 48. You look at the backs for New England. And again, Maroney's inactive today with an injury. Same running backs they had last year with Green Ellis and Falk and Freddie Taylor. Look at the age. 3 of the oldest running backs in the league. Not a single change this year. Slow to get up is Algie Crumpler. We'll take a break here from Gillette. Algie Crumpler jogged off the field. There he is. Big 3rd down coming up in this one.
It is. Big 3rd down. Time on the clock. 2 scores down. The Bengals need to stop.
They don't get it. It's Welker. Who else? And they need him in the clutch. He's there for 11. Down to the 37. Patriots trying to win on opening day, week 1 for the 7th consecutive year. 2nd longest streak they have going right now in the league. 2nd only to Pittsburgh, who has 1 more.
I think the Bengals said it right when they were talking about Wes Welker. He doesn't do double moves, he does triple moves. And he's so quick, so fast in a very confined little area. And they have so many plays for him, tough to stop.
They left, go middle, Falk.
That was well designed. They were trying to go deep. Bengals weren't fooled. It's a fake screen to Wes Welker. Trying to throw it deep down the left sideline. They're going to fake it to Wes Welker. He's going to look deep. Nope. Go right back to the dump. It's a new one. Haven't seen that. Or if I did, I forgot it.
No, I don't think you've seen it. I'll give you that. 2nd down and 3, and Taylor, he's going to take a big loss. And he fights so hard to get back to the 31. broke away from Antoine Odom, and Jonathan Joseph eventually wrapped them up. Odom, who had that incredible start last year with 8 sacks in the first 5 games before he ruptured his Achilles tendon.
Well, what happened is it's a play to the outside. Matt Light blocks him outside, but allows him to come in. He's quick enough to make that play. Antoine Odom just has not been a factor in this game. You haven't even said his name, I don't think, until then.
Yeah, he limps off after being in on that last play for a while. 3rd down again for New England. They pick up the blitz. They go back to Welker. Picks up another 3rd down conversion. And pushed out by Leon Hall.
What I see a minute ago, I haven't seen that one before. Another little look. 3 receivers all together. Wes Welker on the inside. Fakes like he's going across, and look what it does to the defender. Because he runs so many routes short and across, you try to get in front of him, then he stops and comes back outside. That was clever.
Welker did not have a touchdown catch the last 9 games last year of the regular season, but he had 2 in the first half today. He's converted 3 times on 3rd down. Green Ellis swamped by Rivers at the 15.
Well, I give him a lot of credit. Tom Brady a lot of credit, but I give the coaches a lot too, because it takes some great design to do that.
Green Ellis goes outside. He's tackled by Roy Williams at the 8. Bill Belichick saying that Green Ellis has got a lot of reps, a lot of time during the preseason, made a lot of improvements.
Well, you understand why. Repetitions, doing it the right way makes you better. You said it, of the running backs, the same group as last year. Nobody in this league stands pat. But they asked their running backs to do a lot. Especially they all have to block for each other. They got to run the football. They got to be able to block and pass protection. And of course, better play pretty well on special teams too.
Got a 1st and goal to go from the 8. Green Ellis. There he is in traffic down to the 1, maybe the 2.
What a drive by the Patriots. What a drive. And that right side of the offensive line, Neal, Copeland, double team. Oh, Conley comes from the backside and still gets the block, just makes contact and knocks his man to the ground. Got to give Bill O'Brien, calls the plays. Got to give him a lot of credit. He is. Oh, a great game today.
It's Green Ellis. Tumbles down closer to the goal line, about halfway there. A drive that's now approaching 7 minutes.
Honey Jones on the tackle. You said his name a lot today. He's flying around still. Been in the league quite a few years. Middle linebacker. Mike Zimmer, D coordinator, has nothing but positive things to say about him.
They have feasted on 3rd down on this drive. Dan Connolly, the fullback, and a ton of Green Ellis. The fake, the Brady throw, back to the end zone, and the catch by the rookie, Rob Gronkowski, for the touchdown.
Well, how about that catch? He made that look awfully easy, didn't he?
Well, he can do it all. He's been doing that during the preseason. Had 1 preseason game with a couple of touchdown grabs.
Top of your screen, quick release, goes up. Oh boy, catches it with both hands against the body. 6'7" and nimble. Can turn his body. He just had a terrific preseason and carried it over and became effective in the opening game too.
Got it to 7:41. The Patriots over a half a quarter. 14 plays to the put-away touchdown. Well, the rookie has a touchdown catch. A rookie tight end on each side with a score today. Gronkowski for the Patriots. Brady's 3rd touchdown toss of the game. In fact, Tom has completed his last 10 throws.
Wow.
7:41 to go in this one. Adam Jones from the 6. Beats a wall at the 23. Brady to Gronkowski, and it's back up to a 21-point margin. After that last touchdown, here's Tom Brady and his quarterback coach, Bill O'Brien, with the interpretation by Phil Simms.
That's it. You call him, I'll throw him. That away. Yeah, you call him. Yeah, you the man. No, you the man. That's it. How was that?
That's pretty good.
Oh, you can imagine. Hey, come on. I'll tell you, when you talk about a match-made heaven, Bill O'Brien, Tom Brady, and Bill Belichick, they're never happy. They're going to get this game is over, and they're going to go, yeah, I know. We should have scored more. We missed that. Hey, look, that's what it's all about. Don't be happy. Keep striving.
Mayo tackles Gresham after the catch. Ends up in a loss. Maybe a yard or two.
You know, I was talking.
I got good reason to today.
But you know it is true. You know, come on. Tom Brady, and look, this is all positive, and this is what I think you have to kind of be as an NFL quarterback. I mean, it's always something, right? Okay, you know, we're not out there with you, Tom. You don't have to yell at us.
He's still out there warming up.
Oh, yeah, he's a great warm-up guy, too.
3rd and long.
Never be happy, though. It's just, that's the only kind of coach I ever had.
To that, don't you?
Well, it's the only kind of coach I ever had from high school all the way through.
3rd and 12. Yeah, good catch. Chocinco has the first down at the 47.
I think the one thing, well, the Bengals, most of all, are going to be so disappointed in their defense today. Boy, good rip and pull by Chad Ochocinco. But Carson Palmer is just dead on accurate when given time. Terrell Owens and Ochocinco both been involved.
And picked up 25. And a first down. Incomplete. After that previous play, Ochocinco, I have to tell you right now, Belichick wasn't ready for that, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
There was a little bit of a jolt, flinch.
What are you doing over here?
Yep. Second down 10. And Scott to about the 49. Mentioned that Bernard Scott's out of Abilene Christian, and Jordan Shipley, rookie receiver on this team. His father, Bob Shipley, played at Abilene Christian.
Yep. Head football coach at Brownwood High School down in Texas.
One of those Friday Night Lights kind of schools down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Gordon Woods, the legendary high school football coach of that school. Bill Parcells always used to talk about it.
3rd down and batted away. That was Owens, the intended target, and Butler was able to get a couple of hands on it. Swatted away.
Yeah, beautiful play. Excellent throw. Contacted the line of scrimmage by Darius Butler, and runs, and look at that last second leap. A lot of good plays by the secondary of the Patriots today. They've given up some, of course. Talented thrower and receivers.
And 4th down with 5:59 remaining. Ochocinco holds on. What a catch.
Jim, what a throw.
Yeah, well, Ochocinco is arguably the best 3rd down receiver in the league. He's converted now 61 of his last 62 3rd down conversions to first downs. And actually, the only time he missed in his last 62 3rd down catches, Ed Reed stripped it from him after he'd already had enough yardage for a first. And that's Scott for a hard-earned 2. Kinds of time. Palmer now slings it, and again, what a pair of hands by Ochocinco.
Tell you what, just after watching the Patriots today, I'm even more anxious to watch the game next week now.
Going to be a good one. That's next Sunday here on CBS. First down with 4:50 to play. Joe Cinco putting up some numbers on this drive alone. Plus he's got a touchdown catch in the quarter, and he goes over and referees Gresham and Chung.
Watch some of those catches. Just catching them so clean, so perfect. I'm not surprised. Just look at the total yardage for his career.
Look at this, 11 for 143 and a touchdown. He actually, his first ever game as a Bengal was the opener here. Cincinnati at New England back in 01. And the rookie Chad Johnson did not have a catch that day. He's got 4 grabs on this drive alone for 52 yards. Second down throw, and there's no one down there but a pair of Patriots.
You know, you think back to years ago, Jim, Carson Palmer, their offense, the passing game was just, it was borderline spectacular. And then it just slowly eroded until what we saw last year, where when they completed a few passes, you're like, wow, that's pretty good. There's no explosion in the offense, but all the weapons with Gresham, Jordan Shipley, Terrell Owens now. Of course, Bernard Scott becoming a factor too. They got a lot of guys that can make plays.
3rd and 3, snapping it from the 20. There's Shipley. Shipley's down to the 6. Will Height throws him down.
I wonder if Shipley was standing on the sidelines today watching Wes Welker going, wow, so that's how it's done.
Yeah.
And design some of those plays for me.
Yeah.
Well, once you get a few pelts, maybe they will design some plays for you.
Looks like he could do it too. Reaching across. They say the knee was down. Had a knee down. It's at the 1. Gresham trying to reach across for his second touchdown. Timeout Cincinnati. Good looking prospect right here. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's one where instead of calling a timeout,
you go ahead and take the challenge. If you
but
lose it, it's a timeout, right?
Yeah, but that's easy to say. They weren't thinking that way. They're managing the game faster or quicker than we are.
Carson Palmer's over 300 yards for the game. First time ever in a season.
Here we go.
Opener.
Watch. Does he hit? Hand doesn't count.
Elbow.
Oh, yeah, the
elbow.
There we go.
Okay.
We're ready to second guess the officials.
We've been waiting for 8 months to do that since Miami on February 7th.
Good job. Very clean and officiated game today, no question.
Palmer, the first Bengal to throw for 300 yards in a season opener since Ken Anderson in '84. I guess Boomer never did it. 27,000 career yards, though. Here's Benson. Let the ball come out. One Patriot. They're calling the flag here.
Offside, number 99, defense. Lined up in the neutral zone, half the distance to the goal. Repeat second down.
There you go. Well, you know, I got to tell you, oh my gosh, the hand, he's completely across the neutral zone. But that penalty's not called enough, probably. So many guys line up in the neutral zone and get away with it.
Pecco in the backfield. Lead blocker for Benson. He gets it. Benson is in for the touchdown. I'll give the Bengals some credit here. Of course, they were abysmal here for the first 2 quarters and a kick. Down 31-3.
Oh, yeah, they
didn't pack it in at that point, though. They finally got things going and put together 3 nice drives.
The offensive side of the football is going to go back and go, wow, we did some good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Executed a tremendous amount of plays. I don't know what's good on the defensive side.
Nugent tacks on another point. 38-24 Patriots.
Well, what we're going to have here in this game, the Cincinnati Bengals, they're on the sideline right now with Darren Simmons, special teams coach. They got an onside kick. So the Patriots, 10 guys up, the all-hands team. kind of an honor to be on the all-hands team. The coach's way of telling you that we think you're a pretty good athlete.
So much since we last worked the game together, discussed about the onside kick, the surprise one made such a big difference in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Basket failed to hold on to it for the Colts. Saints recovered. This did not come close to traveling the necessary 10 yards.
Illegal touching by the kicking team.
Pretty good pair of hands by Michael Johnson, Cincinnati. But it wasn't where he needed to be.
Illegal touching of the kick by the kicking team player number 93. The result of the play is that New England will take possession of the ball at the spot of that touching. 1st and 10.
Well, you know, Jim, there's a big week coming up for you, in case you didn't know. On Tuesday, Jim Nantz celebrates his 25th anniversary of joining CBS Sports, September 14th, 1985.
Wow.
How about that? 25 years for you.
I feel like I've just been blindsided. I didn't know where you're going with that.
You got a little nervous,
Yeah, I
didn't you?
did, man. Feel my hands.
No.
Where are you going? Thank you. It was 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah. Thank you for that, partner. Enjoyed spending many of them with you.
I got another surprise for you here.
Miss Welker.
How about your
9?
first? So you're trying to tell me you were almost at a loss for words. Well, you got over that.
Had to make up for it for 25 years.
Yeah, that's it. Oh.
Wow. You know, earlier that week, how do you know you're in your mid-20s and you get a phone call? You're at Giant Stadium working for the CBS station out in Salt Lake City, KSL, and I get a phone call. Somebody says, grab the phone. We didn't have cell phones back then, so I went to this phone that was on the wall on the ramp there at Giant Stadium, and I called Ted Shaker, executive producer at CBS, and he said, Jim, welcome to CBS Sports.
Yeah, you have that phone.
How lucky can you get?
You have that phone. Bill Squires, who was running the Meadowlands, gave it to you.
Did. I couldn't believe it. Arnold Palmer, in fact, in the end, was the one who presented it to me this year down in Southbury, North Carolina. It was talk about being blindsided. Anyway, back to this one with 2nd down from the 23-yard line.
Well, that's what we're here for, the blindside.
Yeah, you did a good job. Pick me up. And Taylor escapes a couple of hits and has the 1st down.
I think the Patriots, Jim, just to round this game up, when it's over, their offense, they're going to be very happy with, I'd say, kind of a new offense, a different look. The tight ends involved a little more. You know, they got so many variables, and it's like they rethought what they want to be on the offensive side. And boy, all that planning during the offseason, mini camps, OTAs, whatever, training camp, all worth it because a spectacular performance really by the offense today.
8 yards picked up by Taylor, plus he stayed in bounds. Taylor had a leg injury, really curtail his first year as a Patriot last year. There have been a couple of glimpses here of what looks like the old Fred Taylor of the past in all those years at Jacksonville, where he's set the Jacksonville career rushing mark. But it's another Brady big day here. 3 touchdown tosses.
That just comes as much as I just said it changes, but it's Brady, Wes Welker, but Gronkowski, nice catch. Some good running, really so many people on the offensive side. The offensive line, like you said, 2 new starters or 2 different guys in there, and at one time 3 today. They just had a special day too.
Today is having a special day as Arian Foster of the Houston Texans just scored his 3rd touchdown of the game. They're just driving it right down the throats of the Colts, who are going to be coming here to Foxborough in November. Wow. 231 yards by Foster on the ground today.
Well, Jim, what they worked on in Houston during training camp this year was one thing. You know what that was? running the football.
And, well, everybody thought it was going to be all about Schaub
Ball
and Andre
start,
Johnson.
number 87, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Foster, who finished so strong at the end of last season, including a 100-yard performance against the Patriots in the final week of the regular season.
Right.
231 and 3 touchdowns.
Well, I was down there in preseason, and the first thing I noticed when I went to watch practice, and I said it when I did the game, wow, they look bigger, stronger. And Gary Kubiak said we wore pads a lot more, and we hit much more than ever before. So all that, when you put it all together, your running game better improve. And what a way to start the season showing it.
208. Taylor. Down to the 14. And we have reached the 2-minute warning here in Foxborough. 38-24, Patriots. Final 2 minutes to play for the Patriots and the Bengals. They have not, talking about the Patriots, allowed a sack. They have not had a giveaway. Brady's having monster numbers again. Defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown. Pretty impressive start here to the season, huh?
Good stuff, huh? I mean, it really is an impressive showing by the Patriots. And I think I said this to you last year. Just got to be careful. Let's don't over-evaluate week 1.
Yep. Bengals lost, of course, that heartbreaker last year, week 1, when Brandon Stokely was seconds to go, went 80-something yards to beat them.
Yes.
And you would have thought, boy, how do the Bengals recover from that? They went up to Green Bay week 2-1.
They won the next 4 games almost like in comeback fashion.
Fourth down, and New England goes shotgun. From the 7. Gonna throw it. Incomplete. That surprise you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that'll be an interesting game too. So there's some what you want to call some real what's the word for it? Bitter rivalries. The Jets, I think that's been clearly stated, the feelings each of them have for each other. Of course, that Baltimore playoff loss, that's going to make it a big game up here no matter what.
Palmer standing on the goal line. Over the head aggression. And what about the Bengals? What do they do? They've got Baltimore. Right up the screen, Scott. A chance to run a little bit out to the 17. Great to be back with our team on the NFL and CBS, including executive producer Sean McManus, vice president of production Harold Bryant, coordinating producer of the NFL, and our game producer, as always, the one and only Lance Barrow. The game directed by Mike Arnold, coordinating producer Steve Karasek. Here's Shipley. Associate directors of today's game, Corey Fishman and Andy Friedman. And our broadcast associates, Todd Carrick and Adae Ellis. Technical manager, Pete Melander. Jonas Einstein, who just won the Charles D'Onofrio Award. Our technical director. Audio supervisor is Ed Soltis. Stats provided by Ethan Cooperson. Tom Borstein. Spotter is Tommy Spencer, our editorial consultant, Tommy.
Great Tommy Spencer.
Our field stage manager, Jimmy Hatter. Ed Soltis down there mixing it all up. Kevin Kale up here managing everything in the booth. And it's good to have the whole team intact from Super Bowl 44.
Shoot, that's like NFL coaching staff, man. We got a lot of people.
So Merriweather levels. Ocho Cinco comes up smiling. Palmer with 345 passing yards, and Ocho Cinco has 159 of them. He's going to end the game. Bernard Scott adding 8 yards to his total. One of Bill's boys giving him a congratulatory handshake. Marvin Lewis comes over to add his congratulations. Owens had 7 catches, 53 yards. Brady today threw for 258, 3 touchdowns. 38-24 is the final score. NFL Today is coming up after the break. For Phil, this is Jim Nance saying so long.